Hey, Peter, can you hear me okay?
Can hear you, Mike.
Awesome. Thank you. So you've obviously been a part of some very memorable moments, at these Bellator Dublin shows. Now being on the broadcast team, specifically before not talking as a commentator, but talking as a fighter. Can you talk about what makes these Bellator Dublin events so special?
The crowd. That's easy. It's just the crowd. We've been kind of lucky. There was a kind of a perfect storm where we had me and James Gallagher kind of getting very popular at the same time, and people luckily liked us and they kind of related to us, and that all kind of blended together to get this kind of crazy crowd together every time, and the momentum just kept building. And luckily, me and James were winning at the time as well, so we were getting bigger and bigger fights. So really, it's the crowd, but it was just kind of lucky we had a few fighters that the crowd could relate to at the time as well, and that makes it very special when we're all there together in the arena.
I don't have to tell you, but obviously on a broadcast, part of it is not only calling the action, but telling a story as someone who has, so many memorable moments with Irish and fighting. How do you plan to kind of resonate the story of what it means to be not just an SBG fighter, but to be an Irish fighter partaking in the Bellator Dublin event?
Can you rephrase that again? What are you asking me there?
Yeah, just how do you kind of plan to let the world know just how special it is to be like an Irish fighter on this card and what it means?
I won't have to let them know, I don't think. Luckily, it's just when the Irish guys step in the ring, the crowd lets everyone know it's really cool here. I don't know if you've ever been here. I don't think the TV even gets across what it's like when you're in that arena. It's kind of built like a hand fan. All the people are on one side. It's not like an oval. It's not like a bowl. So there's just this crazy wall of noise when a fighter who the crowd like is in the ring, and it's pretty wild. And I think they could show that better than I could on comms. So I'm just gonna leave that to them.
Is there something that you're really looking forward to the most being on the commentary team? I know obviously I don't want you to stop fighting anytime soon, but I gotta expect that there's a certain level of interest doing it.
Yeah, I did it once before for Bellator for the one of their Wembley shows in London, and I really enjoyed it. And I don't want to pat myself on the back too much, but I got a lot of like compliments about my performance doing it as well. So I really wanted to do it again. So I'm delighted to be doing it here this weekend, and many more opportunities. Hopefully, I can get them. I'll take them if they're available.
Last one for me. I appreciate the time. I know you're still part of the Bellator roster, but just from the outside looking in, or maybe the inside looking out, how do you feel business is booming between both Bellator and PFL?
Um, I think it's going well. The synergy they can, I think they've only tapped in, just barely scratched the surface of that. I think that's the real strength of it, is kind of blending the fighters together and getting PFL guys to fight Bellator guys. I know they've done it already in that big champion show they had, but I think there's much more potential to do that down the line. And that's something that interests people when they kind of see fights that they thought they'd never see. And PFL and Bellator have a really unique opportunity to do that other shows can't. Because all of a sudden you've got these dogs that were kind of looking at each other through the cage bars for many years that couldn't fight each other now can fight each other. So I think that's the big strength they have.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
JL Curvin.
Hey Peter, JL Curvin for sure, dog. Just sort of touching on Mike's question about you being in the commentary booth. Just as a fan, just sort of connoisseur of the sport, what are some of the things that you hope to bring to the telecast, just with your experience as a fighter, and just what do you feel like you really bring to the booth?
Exactly that. Just that I've been in there, especially this arena, and this job I'm doing at the weekend. Actually, I haven't done before. What I did before the last time I was on the broadcast, kind of breaking down the fights before and breaking them down after. Whereas this one, I'm doing what Garday Davies and Big John did at the last show, where they'll cut to me and ask me what's going on in the fight, or what could the corners be telling them, or all this kind of stuff. And I'm really looking forward to that, because I think I can really give a unique perspective on that because of all the experience I have. So I think that's why they've asked me. I guess is they probably see that I can probably give something unique in that regard there.
All right, next question, Donna Corby.
Hey, Peter, I just had a very quick one. this weekend we've got Patricky Pitbull fighting. I wonder. I mean, if that doesn't go his way, he's not going to be in the tournament anymore. Is that trilogy perhaps a fight that still interests you?
Yeah, I said that many times. He was probably my favorite opponent of all time. You kind of know what you're going to get with Patricky. He's going to be trying to kill you, and it's always going to be fun. So, I said I would fight him again if we ever cross paths, and I'm sure he'd feel the same. So, yeah, absolutely. If that one's there, I'd do that one.
Are you going to watch his fight tomorrow night? And do you think he's going to win?
Yeah, I am gonna watch that. I do think he's gonna win. I think he looked really good in his last one, and for whatever reason, he didn't look himself. He was actually winning, and he kind of uncharacteristically kind of got tired for some reason. And he kind of gave I saw he kind of did a post about it. He gave a kind of a cryptic kind of a post that led me to believe there was something wrong with him or whatever. And he did look that way to me. He didn't look himself. So I think he's going to bounce back and win this weekend. I'm rooting for him as well. I hope he does.
Thank you very much.
All right, last question goes to Hader Pervez.
All right, Peter, can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
I was going to ask, training with SBG closely and with Paul Hughes training in Kilcock with Michael Chandler, would you say that's a fight you'd like to take and there's a bit of beef between yous?
No, there's no beef. I don't know Paul. Again, I was saying to one of the earlier gentlemen, I've been asked about this so many times this week. I feel like something's going to happen or something this weekend. Honestly, I feel like I'm being set up or something for a call out or something. But I've no beef with him. But I've never turned down a fight either. So whatever. If someone wants me to fight someone, I'll fight them. It doesn't matter who it is. But again, there's no beef. He's off training in a top gym, just trying to better himself. That's his business. It's no beef to us. We don't take anything personal from that.
Thank you very much, Peter. Wish you the best.